Welcome. Today, in this episode of 40 Money Spells, we're going to bridge the gap between the spiritual and the physical when it comes to creation of wealth and greater income, success financially. As you can see, I'm missing Greece. So, hence this dress. I'm missing Greece. Greece is so magnificent, so magnificent. Let's begin. You're on 40 Money Spells. I'm Reverend Valerie Love. Let us dive in. Deep breath. Breathe. Breathe. And now clear the mind. Being intentional about the mind as a blank slate, a clear mind. Mind like water. Purified, pristine, clear. Clear the mind. Be here now. Be here now. There is a blessing going forth now for everyone here, everyone who has ever been here, everyone who is yet to be here. And this blessing is for the utmost in success, prosperity, abundance, wealth, health, happiness, high vibrating families and relationships. People flocking to you for what you do and willing to pay you huge amounts of money for it. They get the benefit, as do you. Businesses are thriving even now. Accomplishments are unfolding even now. Great opportunities are being made open and available right now. And a yes is being given to these opportunities. All this and more than I know how to ask is already done. Ashe. Amen. So mote it be. And now, opening our eyes and giving attention to the day. Ooh, what a day! You're alive. You're loved. You're cherished. You're adored. You are the apple of the universe's eye. Look at you. You're spectacular. You're magnificent. Mm. You're in love with love itself. That's all you've ever been in love with. We've all only ever been in love with love itself. And sometimes there was a person there and sometimes not. Either way, it's A-okay. Let's dive in. We are at day 35. Coming to the conclusion next Friday of these 40 money spells. I so love and appreciate you. If you have the book, you can follow along with us. If you, okay, we got to take care of our website. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that. All righty. We'll take care of that right away. If you go to let's go to Amazon. Let's do this. 40 money spells. That's easy. There you go. Boom. 40 money spells. There you have it right there. That is the easy way to get 40 money spells and pick it up. If you are not a member of the YouTube channel, that's where you can pick it up. If you are a member of the YouTube channel, you already have it. Today is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Okay, today is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Why do we say that? Because today I'll teach you M.I.F.I. I have used it over the years, over and over and over and over, and it has made all the difference. M.I.F.I. M.I.F.I, M.I.F.I, M.I.F.I. Notes on the spell. This very powerful hypnotic process came to me in the beginning stages of building a network marketing empire. It quantum leaped that business into momentum. I no longer do network marketing, would not touch network marketing with a 10-foot pole, haven't done it in many years. Yet I can say that I used this and it did work. I do not recommend network marketing to other people. As a matter of fact, I highly don't recommend it. I do recommend M.I.F.I. I used it for one application. You can use M.I.F.I for many applications. You can use M.I.F.I for a network marketing business, for an author business, for a cleaning business, for a business running retreats, for any business. You can use it to manifest anything you desire. That is just simply one application of the M.I.F.I principle, okay? Step one, choose to take a quantum leap. You have got to take a quantum leap. Most of us are too afraid to take a quantum leap because we want to take itty bitty baby steps and allay our and not allay our fears. We want to accommodate our fears by taking these little baby steps because it feels so important, so out of our norm and uncomfortable to take big leaps. I take big leaps all the time, and I take quantum leaps because I love taking quantum leaps, because when you take a quantum leap, you get quantum results. That's why when Spirit said Italy, my quantum leaps usually come in the form of travel. Those are huge for me. And not only is it huge, it's joyful, it's soul expanding, it's soul ascending, it's mind, it's consciousness expansion, it's meeting new people, it's eating wonderful food, it's going new places, it's adventure, it's discovery. This has been one of my greatest transformation methods. And throughout my entire life is travel. I've been traveling ever since I was 18 on my own. 6 months was my first trip when my mom moved from New York to Buffalo. Well, Buffalo is New York. She left New York with me in tow and went on an adventure. So it's in my setup. You know, that 0 to 7 sets up your character. So for me, a quantum leap is going to Egypt. A quantum leap is going to Greece. A quantum leap is going to Egypt on a one-way ticket. A quantum leap is saying, hey, let me explore Mexico. And I just go to Mexico City and Guadalajara and Merida and Cancun and Cozumel and Isla Mujeres and all of these places, Playa del Carmen and Tulum. And as you go and Progreso out by the beach, as I'm going, I'm quantum leaping from place to place to place, and the learning is accelerated. Most people are too afraid to take a quantum leap. Most people are too afraid to even book a one-way ticket somewhere, where a one-way ticket is probably the best thing you could do, because your subconscious mind will get you home no matter what. It always happens. No one ever got stuck in another country and couldn't get home. Somehow, whether you have money or not, your subconscious mind is going to get you home. It's going to maneuver some way for you to get home. That's the truth of the matter. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, how much money you have. It has nothing to do with money. Your subconscious mind doesn't even know what freaking money is. Money is a symbol that your subconscious mind does not understand. Your subconscious mind understands feelings, how you're feeling. It understands bliss. It understands that when you're doing this, you're in bliss. It understands when you're in fear. It understands the emanation and the vibration, the frequency you're emitting. It understands pictures and mental pictures. It understands visioning. That's why when you envision you go inward. That means closing your eyes and you have a vision. A vision is higher than a visualization. A visualization is whatever the lower mind can conjure. Hey, I want an elephant. Elephant, 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 elephant. You keep thinking elephant, and eventually you'll be in front of an elephant. Okay, what was the purpose of that? Vision means that it is coming from your higher self, higher mind, and the vision is always seeking you and everyone higher. It's not just manifesting frivolous things or things that only benefit you. There's nothing wrong with things that only benefit you, yet you get so much more juice and mileage when you benefit a lot of people, right? Like Elon Musk could have just made a Tesla for himself. Okay, now I have my electric car because I don't want to keep buying gas and feeding the petrodollar and all of the other things that come along with the oil thing, right? I don't want to do that. And so I'm driving around in my electric car. He wouldn't be Elon Musk if he only made the electric car for himself. He would have solved his own problem. But when you solve problems for the masses, or when you serve the classes who serve the masses, and you solve problem for the classes and the classes solve it for the masses, now that's a whole exponentially expanded different experience. That's why in all my businesses, I seek to solve problems for as many people as we possibly can solve problems for, whether they're paying us or not. The universe will pay you. So choose to take a quantum leap. This is a simple sentence right here. This is a very simple sentence right here. Choose to take a quantum leap. It's super simple. Yet, why do we not do it? Fear. We're stuck. We need accountability. We need perhaps mentorship, guidance. We need that spark, that fire inside. And if you don't have that fire inside, then you've got to get it from somewhere. You've got to do your spiritual practices to start igniting that fire inside. It's like wood catching, it's like rubbing two sticks together, right? Yet, if you stand next to people that their fire is blazing, they're all lit up. Somehow your fire starts, your little tiny sparks turn into a little pilot light. And then that pilot light grows into a bigger flame. You stay around people who are all lit up, people who are living the life you want to live. The other day I was kind of chuckling. And the reason I was chuckling is because I was having conversations with my friends about what we're going to be doing in September and October. And I was talking to Ariel, who is the publisher of the book Witch. Coming out on my birthday, October 4th. In Salem. We're kicking up a delicious event for you. So I'm talking to Ariel. And Ariel is like, what are the dates that you're going to be in Egypt? Because I'm going to be in Greece and maybe I can hop over and meet you all. Then the other day, I'm talking to Harmony and we're coordinating with Max Tucci. And Max Tucci said, hey, bring Val to my restaurant. Let's have a thing for Val for her birthday at my restaurant at Delmonico's in New York. Fabulous restaurant at Delmonico's. And in between, let's coordinate it because I have my book signing and book launch here. And then we're going to New York for more. And Max has his book signing here this time. So let's coordinate. Like, I like coordinating with friends who are about shit. They're about their business. They're handling their business. They're in their M.I.F.I. So if you are ready to take a quantum leap and you don't feel that you're all the way fired up, get around people that are fired up and you will be fired up. That's why I stay in community around people who are lit up. And if I see someone that's not lit up and they want to hang with me, they can't hang with me. Now, I can teach them in our programs, you cannot hang with me. That might sound like a contradiction because you just said, well, KAISI, you just said, you know, if I don't have my light lit up, I need to be around people who are lit up. But if the people who are lit up don't want to be around me because I'm not lit up, how's that going to work? Simple. Always with everything, you begin within. Everything begins within. You go inside yourself and you say, you go within yourself and you say, I'm not lit up. Take me to where I can be around people who are lit up, and I want to be lit up. It may lead you to a church that on Sunday morning they go into the spirit hard. They go hard into the spirit. Beautiful. That could be your light up. That could be you putting yourself in a place where the light up is going to happen. Spirit will show you who you are to be with. And even if you're coaching with a person, because the dynamics of the relationship come into as a factor as well. So if you're coaching with a person who's all lit up, you will be all lit up. Now, you probably won't be their friend because, you get to choose your friends. And if I'm lit up, I'm not going to choose a not lit up person for a friend. Yet, if I'm conducting a retreat, follow closely what we're talking about here. When I am conducting a retreat and people show up and they are not lit up, okay. Because I know that by the time we do this plant medicine, by the time we teach ACIM, by the time we have our chanting like we do in the mornings, by the time we have our prayers, by the time we go to this temple or that temple, by the time we get into the sweat lodge, oh, you'll be lit up. No problem. You don't have to be lit up. Don't worry. I already know what's going to happen. You'll be lit up. Trust me on that one. Right? Because the spiritual practices and the circle and the energy will light you up. And is it lighting you up from the outside in? No, it's lighting you up because you already went within yourself, beloved, and you already determined that you wanted to light up and be lit up, and you already sparked the flame within yourself. You did the work within yourself of sparking your flame. You got the sparks, and now it turned into a little pilot light. Now it's getting like a candle flame, and you want it to be like a raging bonfire. You want to be all lit up. So you decided it within yourself first. Then that decision put you with people that aided and abetted your light up. That's how the system works. It's an inside out system. It's an inside out system. It's not an outside in system. Something outside of you cannot act upon you. You're acting upon it. Very, very, very deep lessons for us to learn. Yet we can learn them. Step 2. Pray to be divinely guided in everything you think, say, and do in your business ventures, financial affairs, and wealth creation. You've got to set your mind right. After you decide, I'm taking a quantum leap. Okay. The whole universe went, quantum leap going on over here. Like, that's it. I'm going to take a quantum leap. Now, what would a quantum leap look like? It's not going to look like going to the store down the street. It might look like one of my quantum leaps going to India. It might look like leave your job. You already know that spirit told you to leave your job 50 million times and yay long years ago, and you still going in every day and coming back. Yeah, but I don't have nothing else. I got to get my resume together. Your what? Who the fuck needs a resume in a world where you can turn on a device like this one and be instantly famous? What are you talking about? When you can turn on this and say what you love to the people that are aligned with you, and they'll give you money to help them. What are you talking about? Resume. You know what? When you open an Instagram account and you start feeding the Instagram algorithm with wonderful content, it doesn't ask you for a resume. When you open a TikTok account, it doesn't ask you for a resume. It asks you for your email address or your phone number and what name do you want to put up here. Now go. That's what it asks you for. Now go. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And you can make TikToks about anything. Well, I love gardening. Great. Make them about gardening. Well, I love gardening and with flowers. Great. Make it about gardening with flowers. Well, I love, um, I have an olive oil collection and I love all these rare, exquisite olive oils all over the world. Great. Take us all over the world and tell us all about these olive oils and why they're different and why this and why that. I promise you, it does not matter how strange or weird you think you are. There's a whole lot of people out there that are just like you that would flock straight to you and pay you money for the deliciousness that you have that they can't get anywhere else. But you want to fix your resume. Now, if I don't know anyone who was born with a destiny to get a job, I just don't. AI is about to replace all the jobs anyway. I don't care if you, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're, I was going to say care and quantum physics. I don't care if you're a quantum physicist. AI is about to replace all of us. AI is going to be making the videos for me soon. It's going to probably be the camera. It's going to set the camera. It's going to translate my words into all the languages. It's going to do all of that. Ain't nobody, there ain't going to be no jobs. And then robots are going to do all the other things that the AI is not doing. Do you understand where we're going in this world? Do you understand that a robot can probably do a better brain surgery than a brain surgeon? Just program the robot to go in your brain and take the tumor out. The robot will be more precise than a human because a robot doesn't shake and a robot doesn't have drinks or drugs and a robot doesn't have pressure that goes up and a robot doesn't have stress and a robot doesn't have a wife that got on their nerves that morning and a robot doesn't have any human considerations. You know what? If I needed a brain surgery and there was a great robot that was doing the brain surgeries, I would pick the robot over the human. Yes, I would. People say, I don't want self driving cars. The computer can drive the car better than humans can. Do you know that most of the accidents are human error? What are we talking about? And now, when we're getting in planes, I'm actually very happy that computers are flying the planes. I'm very happy. You know, they have pilots up there to make us feel good. And, you know, something happens. He's there. The person, two people are up there. Great. They're in there sleeping. You ever wonder why the pilot comes out after a 19-hour flight looking all refreshed? He's been asleep because the computers are doing all of that. And I like it because I think the computer will get us there easily. Do you know what is the problem with mostly every plane crash that's happened in the last, what, 50 years or so that we've been flying planes? Pilot error. You don't have that with computers. They're precise because they run on mathematics. And I trust mathematics more than I trust people. It's numbers. That's all computers are. Computers are numbers. What are numbers? The building blocks in the entire universe. What are numbers? That is the way spirit made this whole thing that we live in. Numbers. That's why everything can be boiled down to a mathematical equation. That's how those black women were doing the math on the chalkboard and could send rocket ships into space. So, the black women that worked at NASA that they never wanted to talk about, right? They were hiding them back when they called us Negroes. Yeah, we have these Negro women that are helping with these calculations. Wow, they're really good with the math and stuff. Well, we're really good with everything, but you know, that will be proven soon enough. It was like in the 40s or something like that. I don't know when, whenever they had that going on. Anyway, the bottom line of it is this: you were not born for a job. No one was. And if you're on a job and you are praying, we're still in step two, pray to be divinely guided. I don't think the divinity that is the great creator of this entire universe beyond this world, the great all, the I am, Jehovah, Jah, Krishna, Buddha, Ludamare, Dambala, we call it many things, Wankantanka, we call it many things. I don't think the great, the all said, come here so you can work at a job for somebody else and be limited in everything you do and have your time limited and have your money limited and have even that you need to get off and go watch your kid have a ballet recital in the middle of the day, but you can't do that. Somebody has to hold it up on your best friend or your neighbor or your good girlfriend. It's like, I'll go take a picture of Sweetie Boo and or grandma, and they're FaceTiming you and you're sneaking to the bathroom. Yeah, you're in the board meeting. Excuse me, I have to go to the restroom. And you go into the restroom in the stall and you're like, oh, look at my baby. And you're crying because you're at a job. That's why you need to pray to be divinely guided in everything you think, say, and do in your business ventures and adventures, your financial affairs, and your wealth creation. You need to pray to be divinely guided, because your lower mind with fear will keep us stuck in places that we don't need to be in. We need to elevate. Step 3. M.I.F.I stands for massive, intense, focused, inspired action. Now, I also use the first I, intense. I also say intense and intentional. So sometimes you hear me talk about M.I.F.I and I say massive, intense, focused, inspired action. And sometimes I say massive, intentional, focused, inspired action. To me, they're one and the same, because if it's intentional, it is intense. They have the same root. This is what M.I.F.I stands for. Use M.I.F.I to kick off any business venture or to exponentially expand your business in a short period of time. In this spell, you will use M.I.F.I for 90 days straight. Good Lord, do I need this right now? It is important that you go for 90 days straight and do not take weekends off. Select your start date on the calendar. You are going to do 90 days of M.I.F.I. What is M.I.F.I? M.I.F.I is massive, intense, intentional, focused, inspired action. Now, you may hear this and your mind may go to hustle. This is not that. No, this is not hustle. I can take massive action sitting at my computer writing 5 chapters of a book today. That would be massive, intentional, focused, inspired action. And I never move from this seat. It has nothing to do with hustle. It has nothing to do with grind, go, 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 fast, fast, fast. It has nothing to do with that. I can do M.I.F.I slow. So do not think when you hear massive that it means go, you gotta go do this, you gotta do that. I don't teach that, because I don't do that. I don't teach that all hustle and grind. No. I don't teach that go, 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 go. I don't see people that are in peace doing that. I don't teach work 12 hours. People are not healthy doing that. They're not happy. I don't teach that. Do you understand the power of taking 3 hours out of a whole 24 hours? You could go from 9 a.m. to 12 noon every day, and you sit there and you were focused on one thing. Do you know in 90 days what you would create? You would create an empire. The reason that you're not creating an empire, or the reason that your empire is not where you desire it to be, is because it's like a focus. And it's not massive action. You're taking baby step action, yet you desire massive results. I'll give you an example. You want to make $5 million a year with your business. And right now your business makes $1 million a year. You would have to 5x what you're doing in some form or fashion to make $5 million. If you're making $1 million a year, to go to $5 million a year, you would have to 5x. Now, you could do it one simple way, just 5x all the prices that you charge your customers right now. If you make $1 million a year and you charge each customer $100,000, each client, you do something wonderful for them for $100,000, and then you have 10 clients, that's $1 million. Well, you could take that same 10 clients, and when you bring on the 10 clients for the year, instead of telling them it's $100,000 a year for the thing, now it's $500,000 for the thing. And boom, you just went from $1 million to $5 million. Now there would be a lot to go into. How do I make my product such that I can justify a 5x increase in the product price and people would pay it? And that's a great place to start. What would I create? What can I create that someone would pay $500,000 for? Or what could I do, such as flip a house, that would bring $500,000? I just do that 10 times. And then you went from $1 million a year to $5 million a year. Now, that doesn't require run out, get everybody, run, get all that out of your system. That is poor people mentality, is survival consciousness. And even, I've seen people at millions still have survival consciousness because they're afraid that something's going to happen to it. So they're still in survival. So survival consciousness doesn't have to do with how much money you have. Nothing in your consciousness has to do with how much money you have. Your consciousness is completely determined on the inside of you about everything. You made decisions. That's what your consciousness is based on. It's based on the decisions you have made. The decisions and the choices you have made. That's what your consciousness built up. So you decided that you wanted to feel unworthy. You decided that you wanted to hold a grudge against this person or that person. You decided that you're not worthy of this amount of money. You decided that these kind of people don't give you money. You've decided, whatever you've decided, your whole consciousness is set up not on money. Your consciousness is not set up on money at all. Trust me, as a former financial advisor with American Express for over 7 years, serving hundreds of clients and millions of dollars under management, I promise you, money had nothing to do with it. It was all consciousness. But we have given so much power to money. We have given so much, we've made money a god because money gets to tell us whether we go somewhere or not. Then money's your god. Money doesn't tell me whether I go or not. I decide where I'm going to go, and the money does what I say. Yes? All right. Now, M.I.F.I. You're going to do it for 90 days straight. Pick a time. Pick a start date on your calendar. Don't take the weekends off. I did this, and I've done it a couple of times. I've gone, and I'm probably going to go into M.I.F.I again September 1st, September, October, November. I'm probably going to go into it for another 90 days too. August is kind of a slow month for me where I reflect and I am stiller and I'm slow and I slow down and I do a lot of like, what is it? 8 of Pentacles, or is it 7 of Pentacles? Let me see, 7 of Pentacles. I'm going to show you my mood in 7 of Pentacles. Images. Yeah, I'm very 7 of Pentacles in August. This is me in August. I'm looking at the harvest. I'm reflecting. I'm pausing. I haven't stopped. I'm not sitting down on my chair. I'm not running and I'm not working. And I do have a harvest. I do have a harvest, 7. And I'm looking at the harvest. I'm examining the fruits of my labor. How can I increase this spirit? I'm meditating on what I'm doing. I'm still ready. I still have my instrument. I still have my hoe in my hand, and I haven't left the field. And I know that there's a lot more field behind me for me to cultivate. I'm looking at what I did thus far. I'm assessing. I'm contemplating. You can't just be go, 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 just continuous go. That's crazy making. There must be a moments of reflection on what you did. And when you reflect, it doesn't mean you stopped. People think, oh, I reflect. Well, I'm not going to do nothing, because they were looking for an excuse to be lazy and not do nothing anyway. Reflection could be the more active principle. It could be a very active principle. When you look at him, he could be more active now than he actually is when he's swinging that hoe. Why? Because greater forces are active now, feeding you and telling you, as you look at your 7 pentacles, telling you, hey, okay, I remember I did this and I got this kind of yield. Well, if I add this, you're doing alchemy now on how you can expand it, how you can have an even greater harvest, how you can gain more by doing less. That means how you can become more elegant in every action. How you can make each action a powerful, productive action. That doesn't come from rushing and just doing a bunch of stuff and throwing down a bunch of shit against the wall and see what sticks. That's not how that works. We're talking about being strategic. We're talking about being contemplative, being present, being aware, being led by spirit, higher mind. That's what we're talking about here. So that's what I look like in August. Now, okay, let's go over here. Okay, that's what I look like in August. In September, move out my way because I will swing that hoe in a powerful fashion that every swing of the hoe, don't think you're going to get by this thing without doing extreme work. Extreme work is required for every epic thing you're going to build. Extreme work. And it usually takes an extreme amount of work, more than you ever thought. So I know that the subconscious mind doesn't like the word work. So I replaced it with action. Because action sounds like, yeah, I can get into action. Action sounds like something we want to do. You want to take action. Yet, you cannot just take blind action or actions that I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm taking these actions. That's not the kind of action we're talking about. We're talking about massive action. That means instead of doing maybe normally, here's another example of massive action. Normally, I'm a writer, an author. Normally, as an author, maybe Monday through Friday, I write 1,000 words a day as a full-time author. Now, an author writing 1,000 words a day, that would get you somewhere. Some authors write 2,000 words a day. That will really get you somewhere, okay? In M.I.F.I, I would say, okay, I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. I do my prayers and meditation. Let's say I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. This is something I actually did. I'm not talking hypothetically here. It's called NaNoWriMo. It comes around every November, from November 1st to November 30th. You write a novel, any story you want, of at least 50,000 words in 30 days. You write your novel. So I've done NaNoWriMo. So, and you prepare for NaNoWriMo. And when it gets into October, you'll see all the authors online talking about NaNoWriMo. It's coming, it's coming. You know, you get your calendar ready, you get your writing schedule ready, you let everybody in your world know that this is what we're talking about, massive action. Even though you don't move from your chair. Here's what it looks like. So I decide I'm going to do NaNoWriMo. And normally I would wake up at 6 a.m. I get dressed. I have my morning meditations, walk in the garden, do your tea, prayers, all of this, sun salutations, yoga. And maybe by 8 a.m. I'm in my office. And the first thing I do is the first hour of the day, I write. And maybe in that first hour of the day that's reserved for writing, no phone calls, no emails, no nothing. I'm an author, I got to write, right? Writers write. That's what we tell all our authors that are in all our programs. Writers write. When you sit down and, okay, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm going to write. Now, between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., I'm writing and ideas are coming and I'm in the creative flow. Normally, let's say that I write somewhere between 500 and 1,000 good words. That's the norm. During M.I.F.I, where I'm taking massive action, I might write, instead of from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm going to write from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, completely undistracted, completely focused. And I'm going to write 5,000 words every day, and I'm going to produce a new book in 2 weeks. Now that you do that, if I did that, we would all be financially completely independent with gobs of money coming in from all your book royalties if you knew how to market it. And if you were writing the right books that people actually want to read, that actually help people and change their lives. You would have so many gobs of money. To be quite frank with you, I'm going to stop saying to tell you the honest truth, because they told me, they helped me be aware of that I say that. So I want to be aware of my speaking, and I want my speaking to be powerful. The way that I got financially free was through book royalties. And I would offer it maybe one of the I won't say easiest ways to become financially independent, because you do have to learn a lot. And even if you're not a good writer, you can have now ChatGPT write the books for you. You can't straight take them from ChatGPT, as we know. You would still have to do something to it, right? And you would still have to do research to find out what kinds of books people want. You would still have to get great covers designed. You would still have to do all the things to have a successful book business. Yet I would offer that if you did want to have a successful book business, you could become financially independent, because royalties come in every day or every week or every month, depending on how you set it up. And there are many 7, 8, 9-figure authors, many from books. I'm not talking about authors that do courses also, and authors that also do this, and authors that also do that. I'm talking about straight up authors, millions. From what? Focus. You can't do a little bit. See, this is one of my issues, because I like to jump around, because I'm super creative, and I have another idea. And then I go work on that idea. And then I come into this. I sprinkle a lot. And when you sprinkle a lot to five different projects, not one of them is spectacular. That's why one of my big lessons is focus. And when I do focus, what I do is I do time blocking. And that makes me focus on one thing. Like if I'm working on spiritual badassery, if I'm working on this book, I'm only working on this book, perhaps for weeks or days during my writing time. I'm not working on this project and another book project and another book project and another book project. I'm only in spiritual badassery until I get it the way I want it. I'm still working on spiritual badassery because I love to keep improving the product. I freaking love spiritual badassery. This is my first time that I ever created a book like this, and I just love it. I just love it. And from the reviews, people love it too. And it's an interactive. It's like a coach in a book. It's like a coach in a book. To teach you how to get over that fear, how to get out of the dark night of the soul, be emotionally strong, be a spiritual badass. That's what that's all about. So you could really spend a whole year with that textbook. So if I'm focused, then during NaNoWriMo or during the 90 days, my massive action will be that I'm not going to just write from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 500 to 1,000 words. I'm going to expand that to 8 to 12, and I might put 5,000 words on the planet. On the planet. Thank you, Spirit. They are on the planet, on the page, right? You might put 5,000 words a day. You see that's massive action. You never left your chair. That is the potency of focus. Okay, I beat that enough. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Step 4. Select an action step you will take every day for 90 days straight that you know will catapult your business. One action step. It could be every day I reach out to 5 people about my business. And this doesn't have to be painful. Why do people think it's painful to reach out to people? I reach out to people all the time. Hey, listen, I would love to talk to you. Book it. Let's chat. Hey, I would love to talk to you. Let's chat, because I want to see what you're doing and I want to tell you what I'm doing. Maybe we have a match. What's wrong with doing that? Just talk to people. They're doing things and you're doing things. Maybe there's a match. It's so powerful. What is the action step that you will take every day for 90 days straight that you know will catapult your business? We know what to do. We don't do it. M.I.F.I ends this issue by giving you one simple action step to take each day. Write the action step in your wealth grimoires. One simple action step. Not, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do these 5 things on this long list. Stop it. That's not M.I.F.I. That's not what the spell that I'm talking about. I'm talking about one thing that you know is the thing. And I would offer, it involves people, and I would also offer you're afraid to do it. That's why you don't have the results of the M.I.F.I. That's why you're at $1 million a year with your business rather than $5 million a year at your business. One simple action step you will take each day. It's super simple. So you can't get distracted with one action step. It's one step. Now, what's the step that I take during NaNoWriMo? NaNoWriMo is 30 days. I'm giving you an example of the one simple action step. It's one step during the 30 days of NaNoWriMo. Write. See how simple that is? It's very simple. If you write a word and then another word and then another word, eventually, and keep going, you'll have a sentence. If you keep writing sentences, you'll have paragraphs. If you keep writing paragraphs, you'll have pages, and on and on and on. And eventually you have books, and then eventually be financially free. Boom. That's just one path of countless. So one simple action step per day for 90 days. It's very simple. The action step shouldn't take you all day. It could take you 1 hour. The action step I'm going to take every single day is I'm actually going to sit down every single day. I'm going to devote 1 hour every single day to creation of books for my financial freedom. One action step. One. Get an accountability partner, step 5. Take all the steps. Please don't shortcut yourself, because people that shortcut don't get the win. And I want you to get the win. I want you to have the win. People who shortcut do not have wins. There's no shortcuts to success. Trust me, I tried. I was looking for it. Haven't found it yet. Do the work. And the work is fun. I love doing the work. Get an accountability partner whom you will connect with once per week during the 90 days to simply answer one question. Did you take your one action step every day? Your accountability partner is not your coach. Your accountability partner is not your friend. Your accountability partner is there for one thing and one thing only. Did you do the step? If you did not do the step, then give yourself some kind of horrible consequence that will happen if you do not do the step. Did you take that one action step every day? It's simple. If your action step is every day at 12 noon, I will dedicate 1 hour to reaching out to 5 people on LinkedIn, or DM someone on Instagram, or DM someone on Facebook, or wherever, email someone. Hey, I like what you're doing. I like your style. We're aligned. Let's chat so that we can see if we have a match here. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know more about what you're doing, because you could already see what they're doing because you researched them and you already saw them. And when I say research, I mean you took 1 minute to go down their timeline. Don't take forever to do research. Don't take forever to do all these different things. You're taking forever to do these things because your mind is in the way. It takes no time to do these things. And so you reach out to 5 people a day and you say, hey, there's something I would like to talk to you about what I'm doing. And I would like to know more about what you're doing, because I think we may have a match. Let's see how we could work together. Let's see how maybe I can send you clients and you can send me clients. People love that kind of approach. So if your action step is every day for 90 days straight, it has to be for 90 days straight. You cannot take Saturday and Sunday off. And the reason that it's 90 days straight is because you build momentum. After 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20 days of doing it straight, you're building momentum. That's why we did A Course in Miracles the way we did, 365 days straight. That's why we did the 40 money ritual, the 40-day money ritual the way we did, every single day, morning and night. It was an intense ritual so that we could build up the energy, build up the energy, build up the energy. And we wanted to get momentum on that thing so we could get results in the 40 days. 40 money spells is different because we don't want you to do all 40 of the money spells at one time. We've said that this is an integrative process. This is a process. There's nothing to rush. There's nothing to rush here. So let's say every day at 12 noon, you go from 12 noon to 1 p.m. and you take that one action step. And that one action step is, I'm going to reach out to 5 aligned people. I'm going to just DM 5, message 5 people, message them in my phone. I got thousands of people in my phone. I don't know who all these people are, but I'm about to find out. Because September 1st, I'm going to be doing a little bit more reach out than I normally do. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I don't know who you are. How many people are in your phone? I got no clue who these people are. Find out. These could be great people. You could have billionaires in your phone. You wouldn't even know it. Because you haven't seen them in 10 years or 20 years, maybe since high school or this or that or whatever. They just kept transferring from one device to another. It just kept building and building and building. We don't even know if these people even have the same phone number anymore. We don't even know if the information is accurate. We don't know if they got married, got divorced, had kids, didn't have kids, have a new business, super successful, have customers, and they're looking for your service and you partner, and boom, both of you go up even higher. So let's say that your action is every day from 12 noon to 1 p.m., you reach out to 5 people, 90 days straight. 5 new people every day. 5 people on Sunday, 5 people on Monday. And guess what? If you finish your 5 reach outs in 5 minutes, you're done. You could go from 12 to 12:05. You're done. Do you see that that's massive action? Because before you weren't doing jack. So in 5 minutes, you just did massive action. This doesn't have to be hard. This doesn't have to be hard. Being great does not have to be hard. Hard making is not a requirement, although our minds would like to make us make things hard when they're not. Usually, the things that would really catapult you are super simple. We're just super afraid to do them. Like, do a post every day, do a TikTok every day. A TikTok every day, that's hard. What? It's not hard. Probably take 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if you have no idea. You want to make it nice. You want to go on CapCut. You want to make a nice TikTok. I don't even think it'll take an hour. So cut off Netflix and do it. I'm just talking to myself. Now, when you talk to the accountability partner once a week, let's say it's Saturday night, all you're going to do is tell the accountability partner, yes, I did the steps every day, Sunday through Saturday. I'm starting a new day, new fresh week tomorrow. I'll talk to you next Saturday night. Or no, I didn't. And here's the consequence that I have to do now. Your accountability partner is not there to hear a sob story why you didn't do it. You got sick, your dog ate your homework, the cat didn't cooperate, your kids said this, your mama said that, your daddy said that. When you realize that everyone has a life, everybody got dogs and cats and birds and fish and snakes, and we had all that stuff in our house. Yes, I married my first husband, he had a pet snake, literally a pet snake. Kid you not. So people got dogs, people got cats. So what? People don't feel like it. People are sick. People got to go to the doctor. You got to do this. You got to do. You got a busy life. You got to do this. You got to be here. You got to be there. I'm running this. I'm doing that. That's not an excuse. Or let me say, it is an excuse. It's not a reason. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I really want to say. It's not a reason. It's an excuse. Everybody has a life. Everybody has a lot to do. Everybody has a lot going on. You're not special. You're just not. Neither am I. Humbling, isn't it? We're not special. No one's special. Get up and do it. So your accountability partner doesn't want to hear any of that. And if they're a good accountability partner, they'll just cut through the shit. Like, oh, okay. And I wasn't feeling well, and then this happened, and then I had to go help my girlfriend, and then I had to go do this, and then this person got a flat tire. Did you take the action step every single day, or did you not? Yes or no? That is a yes or no question. Step 6, give yourself a huge reward when you've successfully completed your 90 days of Wi-Fi. If at any point you miss a day, you must start a new 90-day cycle from the beginning. All challenges are like this. If you miss a day, you start again from day one. All challenges that I know of are like this. That's why they get results. Let's go to the abundance process. When you do the abundance process with John Randolph Price, you started at day one. It's 40 days. If you miss a day, you start again at day one. Why? 75 hard. I'm in 75 hard. Our people are in 75 hard. We have a whole group in 75 hard. We have a whole Facebook group for 75 hard. We talk every week on Tuesday in our coaching and accountability call about 75 hard. Several of our members have started again on 75 hard, because when you're on 75 hard, if you miss a day, you must begin again. What? And same thing with M.I.F.I, 90-day M.I.F.I challenge. If you miss a day, you must begin a day from day one. You start the new cycle. Why? Because that's what we need, beloved. We just need more practice. It's just practice. So don't keep telling you, don't keep going. If yourself says, hey, I need a little more practice. Give yourself that space and time and love to develop You're developing into a new being. So you jump into the double Dutch rope and you're jumping, 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 and then you skip and you stop the rope. What do? You stand there and you like, okay, go. You start again. And then the next time you go longer. And then you skip the rope as the rope stops. And then you're like, okay, you look at the girls that are turning double Dutch rope and you're like, okay, I'm ready. You just start again and you start again. It doesn't matter how many times people miss that double Dutch rope. They jump that double Dutch. They just start again, start again, start again, start again, start again, start again. They don't even think about, I messed up the double Dutch rope. We never did that as kids. We didn't care about that. You stop the rope. So what? Start again. And then when sometimes they would start it with you standing there and you would nod and then they start turning and you start jumping. Or sometimes they would start it and they would be turning and you got to jump in and you catch the rope. Oh, okay. And then y'all would take turns and you'd start turning and they jump in. We know how this game is played. When you were younger, you knew how the game was played. If you mess up the rope, you just jump back in the rope again. And I don't even want to say mess up the rope. If you stop the rope, it means you need to become a better double Dutch jumper. That's all. And that this is the process to become a better double Dutch jumper. That this is the process to become a masterful person in 75 hard. I need more than 75 days. That's what your consciousness is telling you. Honor that. I told everyone in the beginning, as you're 75 hard, we're all in it together. I said, some people, it'll take them 90 days to do a 75-day challenge. That's what you need. Some people, it'll take them 6 months to do a 75-day challenge. That's what you need. Honor that. Don't look to the left and to the right what other people are doing. What other people are doing has nothing to do with you. Some person's going to sail through it. One of our 75 hard participants, she just gave us so much insight and love and beauty. By the way, we're starting another group September 1st, so you'll be able to find out about it on my website. I'm going to have it up on the website this time because last time we didn't tell everybody because we were doing our first group. We're starting a new group on September 1st, so don't worry, I'm going to show you where it's going to be. I'll tell you about it before September 1st. Well, on our coaching and accountability call that we had this past Tuesday, that's only for 75 hard members. We have all these goodies only for 75 hard members, right? In our coaching and accountability call that we had for 75 hard the other day, we had a member who had done 75 hard before years ago when it first came out. And she said she did it just like that, went through straight 75 days. This time it's different. And I was like, oh my goodness, you did it before? Please come and talk to the group on our coaching call because we want to hear from you. And it was recorded. So if you choose to join us, you'll hear from her because we keep everything. We keep the archives and you get access to it at any point when you come in. So you may be able to do 75 hard at one point in your life. And then you go to do it at another. She wasn't a mom then. She didn't have the life that she has now. And so you're a different person. So now it may take you 90 days to do a 75-day challenge, even though before you did it, it took you 75 days and you aced that thing. Now it might take you 100 days to do a 75-day challenge. A-OK. Just start again. Start a new 90-day cycle from the beginning. That's all. That's all. With love in your heart for yourself. Only love. Okay? Only love. Only love. Yeah, I'm missing Greece. That's why I put on my Greece blue today. For y'all, I am so missing Greece and my Mayotte feather today, my feather of Mayotte feather today. I pray y'all have an amazing weekend. Only 5 more days to go in this challenge. And I will tell you the next challenge, I already know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the one action step a day, right? Aurora Day. We can do that, right? We can do that. Yes, we can do that. We can do it. Oh, Pamela, I love this. Let's see what our peeps are saying. Pamela says, yes, I've been overthinking and getting overwhelmed. Yes. Overthinking does lead to overwhelming. Whenever I do that, I must breathe and come to the present moment, because overwhelm comes from thinking of all the things you have to do and going. And then it's like, oh my goodness. And then we get stuck and frozen in place. Whereas we could simply be still, be here now, and just take the simple step that's in front of us. Come on, Denelzy. You might have a billionaire in your phone, Denelzy, and he might want to take you out on a date. Seven of Pentacles, absolutely. I love y'all. Love you. Love you. Aurora Day, one action step a day. Yes. See, because the mind is tricky. My lower, we we were in the room with Reverend Dr. Yalda Van Sant, who's my spiritual mother. God bless her. And please, everyone, pray for Mother, because as we know, her second daughter passed recently, Nisa Van Sant. So please hold Mama in your prayers. Hold Mama in your prayers. Please keep her close to you. Burn a candle. If Reverend Dr. Yalda Van Sant ever said anything, did anything that uplifted you, inspired you, if you ever bought one of her books, please, you owe it to her to send her prayers and love. You owe it to her. Okay. Well, we were in a room one day with my beloved teacher, Reverend Dr. Iyanla Van Sant, and she looked at us, it was 10 of us. It was when we were doing our ministry. We were being prepared for our consecration and ordination as ministers of spiritual consciousness. It was an intense 4-year process. And she looked at us and she said, y'all have highly developed, sophisticated egos. She was looking at us like, damn, these bitches is slick. That's how she was looking at us. She said, y'all have highly evolved. That was it. Highly evolved egos. I was like, dang. Well, how do we get rid of that, Mama? What's the solution? I was like, dang. Like, in other words, we were so good at putting over shit on ourselves and others that we were winning by using that. Ew. Mm-mm. That's not how I want to win. I want to win by divine mind. I want to win by love. I don't want to win because my ego is so highly evolved and sophisticated that it can outsmart and outwit and outthink and outmaneuver. I don't want to win by being crafty and wily and smart and using the ego because it's the most highly evolved thing I have in my tool case. I don't know no better. No, that's not how I want to win. And so when she told us that, it was a bit of a shock. And then we were like, okay, you have to dismantle that. So because I have a highly evolved ego that needed dismantling, and I continue to dismantle it. The ego's not bad. It just can't be in the driver's seat. You need an ego. That's why you put on some clothes and you actually put on cute earrings and you don't walk outside naked. And you know where your arm ends at a concert and where someone else's chair is, you have body awareness. Don't sit on this person's lap next to you at the Beyonce concert. I mean, the ego helps you with things like that, and navigating the third dimensional plane. It doesn't help you beyond the third dimension. It doesn't. And it doesn't even help you with making decisions. It doesn't help you with interpersonal relationships other than knowing where your body ends, having some kind of awareness of your third dimensional self and life, right? That's what the ego is good for. It's not good for anything else. So if you use it for decision making and how to deal with your kids and how to deal with your boo and how to deal, rather than the divine self, the higher mind I am, right? Rather than using the higher mind I am, tapping into the God mind, we're using something else. Well, because we had that crafty issue, and we dissolved, we began dissolving that. Right? Dissolving those structures because they're not helpful where we were going, and they're not helpful to help other people in their walk. So that's got to be dissolved. Lovingly, lovingly. Best way to dissolve is meditation. Because meditation, you know you are the divine self and you know you're not the personality self or the ego. So because we had this issue, our minds would hijack us. You ever get hijacked by your mind? Used to happen to me all the time. Now it's like when my mind tries to hijack me, I'm like, nice try. And I just go completely blank, still. I can just breathe and just mind is completely clear of all thoughts. There's no thought. But every so often the mind will still try to hijack me. Well, because the mind is so active, if you give it more than one thing to do, it'll get busy making up a story about it. Like I've been making up a story about the water that I drink every day. I'm drinking a gallon of water every day. Here's my gallon of water. I have not started yet. Oh, I did start. Okay. 75 hard. I drink a gallon of water a day. What's hard about drinking a gallon of water every day? Nothing. You just open your mouth and drink water. There's nothing hard about that. Why is my mind making up that that's hard? You see why 75 hard is not a fitness program, it's a mental toughness program, along with the other things that you need to do in 75 hard. So if you make up that let's say we're in 75 hard, and let's say I gave you another 5 things to do, that would be 10 things to do. You would convince yourself, because the mind is so crafty and wily, and we're so used to leaning on it and using it as a mechanism for ordering our lives, for everything. We were using the egoic mind for everything. And now really you had to flip it to using the God mind for everything. Except like if you need to do math, or if you need to sit down and actually open a computer, then you need the egoic mind for that, to put your fingers on the keyboard so you know that this is an A, to put an A on the paper. That's what you use the lower mind for, things like that, math and writing a book and calling someone and getting a cover designed, or talking to people and taking steps. All the while, the God mind is running the whole mission. There are certain things that you use the lower mind for. And it's very small, short list. And beyond that, the lower mind's not going to help you. It's not the answer. It doesn't have the answer. So because we had this issue with the lower mind, we had to focus on simplicity. Do one thing. Because otherwise that mind is going to jump in and it's a habit. So it's going to try to jump in there and start doing things where we want simplicity. Do one thing. Do one thing. The one thing that you know is going to catapult you, not just anything. And that's why you pray before you pick the one thing, because divine mind is going to tell you the one thing to do. For me, it's easy, right? It's not even reach out to a bunch of people, because I could do that. That would be a great thing for me to do. An even more potent and powerful thing for me to do is to write. That is the one thing that I will be doing. That's my vibe. I love you. God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend. Peace.